All right, believe it or not, your hormones control a lot of what happens in your body. Hey, I believe that. From sleep regulation to metabolism and even the aging process. And today we're going to learn more about the role our hormones play and how we can take back control when it comes to aging. Hey, I'm ready to take back control, and that's why today we're talking to Dawn Cutillo, the author of The Hormone Shift. Thank you so much for talking to us, Dawn.
Thank you, Mona. This is an exciting topic. No one wants to feel like they're getting older, right? So let's give some women some tips so they can feel ageless. How about that?
Hey, I love that. I am on board. So are there certain hormones that are related to aging?
Actually, there are, Mona. It's we're going to kind of keep it simple today, but we're going to talk about estrogen, progesterone, insulin, and cortisol. Okay, so estrogen, progesterone, we're going to talk about in a minute. We need to keep them balanced to feel good and look good in slow aging. But people forget insulin and cortisol are two hormones, and they're stimulated by stress. Cortisol goes up, sugar makes insulin go up, and they're the two most aging hormones. So let's get into that a little bit more.
Absolutely. All right, so keeping our hormones balanced is key to anti-aging. So what do you mean by that?
Okay, so here's what it is. When you're under stress, right, and most American women are under stress, the hormone cortisol goes up, right? Now that can happen also if we have too much sugar, but we're under stress, cortisol goes up, and what happens is the body can't continue that demand of cortisol. It can't keep it up. So it steals a hormone called progesterone and converts it to cortisol, and that keeps women in balance because it keeps estrogen and progesterone out of balance. Now you say, what's the big deal? Well, that's going to cause us inflammation. It's going to cause us to have weight gain. It's going to cause us to have other symptoms of aging. But then the key is when you're in balance, the extra estrogen is going to stimulate insulin and cortisol, even if you're not eating sugar, even if you're not under stress. So that's something we have to get under control, or it's going to age our skin, our bones, our organs. So again, keeping the hormones balanced is key.
So are there symptoms, or, well, how will we know if our hormones are out of balance?
Well, that's actually pretty easy. If women experience anything like excess weight she can't get rid of, which is what we specialize in to be balanced, issues with your mood, issues with your sleep, PMS, menopausal issues, all of those are connected to that imbalance of estrogen and progesterone that's also connected to slightly higher insulin and cortisol. And until that's corrected, you're not going to feel your best, you're not going to look your best, and technically, internally, you're speeding the aging process.
All right, I checked all those boxes. So, all right, give me some tips that women can do to balance hormones and slow the aging process.
Yes, Jill, let's just slow it down a little bit. That's the best thing. Okay, so first thing, I hate to say it, but it is a little bit with diet. We're going to want to watch white flour, sugar, caffeine, alcohol. Doesn't mean you can never have them. And everybody right now is very into keto dieting and let's eat more vegetables and fruit, a little bit of fruit and more meat. But we got to watch them because if you don't watch them, they're going to stimulate insulin and cortisol, speed the aging, especially of the skin, everything, inflammation, and it's going to cause other problems long term. So we want to watch those. Now, next thing, this is fun. I'm not going to ask you to run 10 miles because actually running is not that good for you. It stimulates insulin, but do relaxation therapy. So we do something to be balanced called sound wave therapy. So if you go on YouTube, anything with Hertz levels, that you see a Hertz level, it relaxes the brain. Just 20 minutes, research shows, can reverse some of that aging, keep our brain clear, lower cortisol. But the main thing you can do is balance estrogen and progesterone. Simply, you can do that. You can get a progesterone cream, apply it topically. It's plant-based, you can get one, and it'll raise progesterone and balance estrogen and progesterone. And when you balance those two, not only can you help with weight, mood, sleep, but you're also going to keep estrogen from stimulating insulin and cortisol, which is going to speed the process because they're two of the most aging hormones. Estrogen is also an aging hormone. Progesterone is an anti-aging. So can you get progesterone over the counter? Yeah, but it's best to go to a holistic health practitioner and get it. At Be Balanced, we have it, just to make sure you're doing the right thing. And then the last tip, which is kind of obvious, is get as much sleep as possible and stay out of the sun. So they're the two keys.
Right. All right, those are great tips. This is fascinating, great information. If people want to pick up your book, how can they do that?
Amazon, or they can go to BeBalanceCenters.com. We even have a free hormone assessment to see if you are in balance. Check off the boxes like you said.
I think I'm going to pass that test, Dawn. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Take care.